Finally, the final episode of season 1 of Pit Babe. Time to close this chapter and head on to chapter 2, aka season 2, which is coming out pretty soon here in 2025. Now, we have gone with the boys through all of the ups and downs, heartaches and heartbreaks, and we even saw some effed up things. We know what Tony is doing with those children, like, selling them like puppies, all to exploit their, skills, their talents, and their abilities and whatnot. We've uncovered plots and schemes of multiple characters. We've even seen a shocking betrayal between best friends, and we've seen the dead come back to life. Now, without further ado, let's get into it and see how this all ends. Last episode, we left off as Babe saw Charlie for the first time after Charlie allegedly died. We all know that he did not die. This episode starts off, though, in that same spot because Babe was getting his butt whooped and Charlie came to help his baby. Apparently, it looks like he still has some of Babe's powers, too. That's what it kind of looks like because he's whipping behind pretty good. Also, so does Babe. He has his powers as well. So how did Charlie pull that off? And look at this beautiful face of shock. Oh my gosh, y'all. Let me tell y'all, Pavel is so beautiful. Babe is so happy to see his baby, Charlie. He asks why Charlie faked his death. And then he also asks how'd he get his powers back if Charlie didn't necessarily really die. Charlie told him that there was a mysterious drug that this man, i.e. Babe's daddy, had gave him that kind of cured his powers. And then he also faked his death because he wanted to trick Tony into thinking that Babe's powers were actually gone so that Babe didn't have them and then Charlie had died. And to be honest, he almost got away with it. So they are still in this compound, in Tony's compound to be exact. And they decide to snoop through his things in his office, Tony's office, to use as evidence against Tony. But of course, Tony already knew that they were there in his office snooping around. Winner stops them at gunpoint with his aggravating snitch ass. Then Tony and some of his, henchmen walk in the room. Then it cuts to the next scene. So in the next scene, we see Alan and Jeff, who are also in the complex as well, trying to leave. But they run into Kenta Ken. We think Kenta is about to pull out a blicky, but he actually pulls out a flash drive. And don't lie, you expected it to be a gun too. But that flash drive contained all the evidence that they need against Tony. Tony fucked up when he thought that he could just throw Kenta away. No, sir. Oh, how justice is just so sweet. Then Kenta just walks away. He is so fucking done. I just hate how it took Tony belittling him, degrading him to do this, to come to this realization. I really wish he would have finally come to this conclusion on his own. He looked like he wanted to, but he just fell short of getting there by himself. He needed that extra push from Tony himself. Now, these motherfuckers are auctioning off children in the guise of art. Totally disgusting. And Pete and Wei are there trying to, just monitor the situation and try to get as many kids as they can, to save them, of course. And Wei is just behind Pete, being a little supportive friend. Looks more like baby daddy, but, Anyway, Wei also looks worried as hell because, I feel like everybody who knows what's going on feel like something is about to happen. Then, of course, Tony walks in. That bitch. He stops everything because he can't stop talking about his favorite subject. His favorite object. Babe. In the meantime, we see North and Sonic reviewing the contents of the flash drive. It's Tony abusing the children, and it looks like North and Sonic are actually going to upload the videos online. Then we switch back to the auction, and we see that Tony says that Babe allegedly donated his racing suit to the auction, and that whoever wins, Babe himself will personally deliver the suit to them. We all know what that really means. What it means is that Babe himself is getting sold off, or Tony is trying to sell him off. Because they captured him and Charlie earlier. Like Babe is really going to let Tony just traffic him off. Also, even the gross bitters know that Babe is special to Tony. Like, it's his favorite little toy. That is so nasty. Then we switch back to North and Sonic. And here we see a video where Tony kills a child while conducting an experiment. They decide to upload that one immediately. And where are these two, by the way? Like, are they better not be in that damn compound. Then back at the auction, Jeff bursts in that mud. And then he exposes the truth in front of all of the crowd. And in the crowd, they have some like reporters in there as well. And he's saying that the money is not in the art, but the money is in the children themselves. And Tony is looking at him with a death glare. Tony is like, Jeff is lying, and we would never sell the children at the Chin Foundation. A bullshit. That is just in time for the YouTube videos from North and Sonic to upload on YouTube. And oh, how justice is just so sweet. All of the journalists' phones start to ring, and they go in their phones to look at what's going on because, you know, it's all happening at once. Baby, let me tell you, all the journalists, the henchmen, Pete, everyone, I was about to say United States, all of Thailand is watching Tony abusing the children and kill that little boy. And I'm pretty sure on the videos, he probably killed other children as well. And when I tell y'all, instead of being embarrassed or anything, Tony is pissed. Like a diabolical bastard. He tells all his little henchmen to lock all the doors and do not let anyone escape. Sir, it's already out on the internet. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you are already exposed. You're just going to take them as hostages? Then all of his men draw their guns on the people in the crowd, including Pete and Ray, Alan and Jeff. And y'all, look at Alan protecting his little boo thing. Look, he just protecting Jeff. One man tries to leave because he's like, okay, the police going to be here in a little bit, and this place is going to be surrounded, so I'm going to go. And Tony shoots him cold-blooded, so this actually is a hostage situation. I guess Tony is like, if I'm going down, I'm taking some people with me. How rude. Then Winner brings Charlie and Babe out into the auction room by gunpoint. Then Tony was like, my beloved Alpha and my two enigmas, I'm taking you three with me, and we're going to get out of here. So Tony's whole plan was escape. But I will admit this caveat. Damn, that is some sexy sons he got that. And I just hate how Tony calls them my enigmas. You know, my beloved alphas. They're not yours. Oh, I hate when people do that. Tony said he was going to make those three, quote, make money for him in a way that they would all remember till they die, unquote. And I was like, what? Is he going to make them sell ass? And then, I don't know why the fuck North and Sonic are actually at the compound. I would have grabbed that flash drive and snuck out of that compound of the whole place. Winner goes and grabs them so easily at gunpoint. I was so mad. Whew. And then North, y'all. The way he was protecting Sonic, boy. Y'all sure y'all don't love each other? Y'all sure y'all not in love? They in love. Y'all know they in love. But they said out their mouths, they're just friends. We know you love him. That's your little boo thing. Even Renner asks if they're in love with each other. Like, see, even the bastard could see it. Renner really thinks he is big and bad with that blicky, though. Then, out of the blue, comes Kimmy Kim. Baby, he shows up and kicks his ass. Oh, I love it. But it's not an ass kicking. It's like he literally just like kicks him. And then that knocks Winner on the ground. And I am looking like, y'all, where is that gun? That gun is like really kind of close to Winner. And are y'all going to get the gun? Winner starts to grab for the gun. And I'm like, get the gun. Luckily, Sonic has some sense. And he stumps on Winner's hands and, you know, takes the gun from him. Now he's holding the gun. Then North, Sonic, and Kimmy proceeds to stump the shit out of Winner. And I'm so happy. That mother really said to those three, give me some love. I really wish they would have shot his ass. But, I mean, I would kind of want to be a part of that threesome as well, though. Yes. And when they get to the next scene, they give the nod. Babe, Pete, and Ellen all give the nod to each other. And they take the guns and start handing out shots. And I do not mean the kind that you drink. A shootout ensues. And why is Tony literally only trying to kill Babe? Like everybody else in that, I would be trying to kill everybody if I was him. Just saying. But he's only trying to kill Babe. Babe and Charlie are trying to protect each other, but Babe pushes Charlie away. And then Ray sees that Tony is like deliberately trying to kill Babe. And he goes and tries to save Babe. Ray, why did you do that, love? Tony ends up shooting Ray, y'all. Now, I saw the behind the scenes clip for this. And after they shot the take, Supernut Lahafanich, like he just pops up and just like starts coughing. I was like, that's the most hilarious thing I have ever seen, and it's needed in this little scene. It's like you see the scene and you got that in the back of your head, you just can't help but like chuckle. But anyway, I digress. Yo, to see Ray get in the way of a bullet for Babe, I have been just telling Ray, just yelling at the top of my lungs to Ray, just from the jump, that it is not worth it. Babe isn't. Ugh. I know he's your friend. I know you love him, but like, no, baby. You fucking have Pete. I'm so mad at Ray. This is like, it's like a full circle, though. Babe sees that Ray is shot, and then he turns around and shoots the shit out of Tony. Let that bastard die. Then he turns back to Ray, who is literally dying on the ground. But Tony wasn't done. Tony was not dead. He still proceeds to try and shoot and try to kill Babe. Then Tony was like, you should have been a good product from the beginning. I was like, pause, a product? But I gotta remember, that's all he sees in these kids. That's all those kids ever were to him, were products to use and to make himself rich. And that is so sad. And Tony doesn't even see why they don't see him as a father figure. Like, no, we're things to you. We're not children. Tony was still like, if you three come with me, I will let the others go. Seriously? You shot Ray, bitch. Tony is good at like trying to psychologically manipulate these kids, okay? And people in general. Then Babe ran out of damn bullets. When Tony heard that, he went over with his gun, and we all know that he wasn't going to shoot Babe, but you know who he would shoot? Charlie. And that was about to happen up until Tony was stabbed by none other than who? Kenta Kim, baby. Poetic. To be honest, Kenta was really Tony's downfall, okay? And I stand on business when I say that. So Tony dies, and I'm just looking at the screen like, how in the hell Tony died before Ray, and Ray was shot before him? And oh my God, when Babe holds Ray in his arms and crying and rocking his best friend on the floor, y'all, I could not stand it. Babe should have hugged Ray like this earlier. And I know what Ray did for years was trash. And then he tried to force himself on Babe. I get it. At the same time, Ray did take care of Babe. So it was a friendship. Like, they had mostly good times. But you kind of could have helped tend to your friend's emotional shit a little bit sooner before he was on death's door. Another thing on the back of my mind was, where are the cops? Like, is no one gonna call the cops? Anyway, I hate that Ray tells Babe that he loves him again. I hate it. Like, I hate it. And the fact that Babe couldn't even say it back. Like, what a sad way to go. I hate this for Ray. That right there would have been enough to make Ray want to die. Babe never, ever loved him. Remember my words. This may be a good start for Ray, actually. Hear me out. This is theory time coming. If I were Ray, I'd fake my death, if he survives this. And I would start a shiny, fresh, new life elsewhere. In the boonies of Thailand. Like, y'all, I hate this. I really do. And then Pete was crying, and I was just like, God. And Jeff had a vision that Ray was going to die, but he didn't tell anyone. Not that it really would have changed anything, but, never mind. It wouldn't have changed anything. I feel like my boy was done so dirty. We cut to Wade's funeral. I really would have liked for him and Pete to get together, Lord. I can't lie to y'all. I'm mad. Like, I hate it. I hate that he loved Babe. I hate that we love Babe. Like, Wade better have some superpower as an enigma and claw his pretty ass out that grave. And Pete, y'all, he was the one who, like, really was loving him. In the next scene, Babe finally meets his dad at the little coffee shop that he had bought. We learn why his dad left him. Abandonment issues, trust issues, relationship issues, mental issues, emotional issues, anger issues. Parents can really fuck up a child. The dad thought that since he was homeless, Tony and his foundation could take care of Babe and give him a better life. But Tony had tricked him. But I don't know. I still wouldn't have forgiven the dad either that much, because he could have came back and tried to get his son. I know Tony is a diabolical bitch, but he could have at least tried to make an effort. But I guess if he wanted his life, because Tony probably would have killed him, because Tony was obsessed with Babe. So I get it. We all know Babe is going to forgive his daddy. And, you know, he says it's going to take him some time, even though he can't do it now. Then we cut to a cute little scene, a cute and sexy scene, a little spicy scene between Jeff and Alan. And they get it in. We soon see that Kim has joined X Hunter, and we knew that he would, and I love it for him. Like, this is a healthier environment for him. And here he is with his two mates, Sonic and North. Like, why aren't there thruples in these shows? I might make a request to whoever the heck is running this. And the show ends where it begins, with Babe sexing someone up. It actually ends up in like a picnic scene, but you know, it's a pretty good ending for season 1. And it actually makes me super excited for season 2. And I've seen a trailer for it. I've seen an official trailer that just dropped a little while ago for season 2. And I'll leave y'all on this note. The dead in the show never really seems to stay dead for long. Now, who that's about? It may be about one person. It may be about more than one.